Welcome back. If you're going to the fireworks in Green Bay tomorrow, you're going to see this. Cops on bikes. The Green Bay Police Department mobile response team worked its first large crowd event at last year's 4th of July Fire Over the Fox. After that, they were deployed to the Republican National Convention in Milwaukee, then the NFL Draft here in April. This is a new concept in Green Bay, which means you need to know what to do when this team is working. Time to take a field trip to learn more. And we're outside the police department with Sergeant Kurt Brester of the mobile response team. So you are getting set, I guess we would call this your fourth big crowd control deployment, right? You did the fireworks show last year, you trained at the RNC and then worked at the RNC, and then of course the NFL Draft. How has the team evolved, your training evolved, and maybe some of your policies evolved as you've moved through these big deployments?
Sure. So when everything first started out, we had employees from Milwaukee Police Department come up and train our entire team. We approximately, at the time, we had approximately 20 officers, plus myself, one other sergeant, and the lieutenant. We went through the training here up at the WPS building on the up off North Madison. So they trained us up for that through IPIMBA, which is the basic bike course, and then we went through the BRT, which is bicycle response team. That's more the formations in case we would need that to clear a roadway. After that training, again, we went down to Milwaukee to assist with the RNC. We were down there for 4 to 5 days, saw a lot of different things down there, worked with other agencies from around the state and from around the country.
I'm curious, especially with RNC, right? That was the first time you guys were together.
Correct.
So how did the training apply to when you were actually in that large of a setting in terms of people and in surroundings? Because these things, this makes it easier for you to move in crowds, but anybody who thinks it's easy to move in crowds on a bike is mistaken.
Right, very difficult. A lot of folks on the team, including myself, never really rode bikes daily until we did this, the IPIMBA course, and that really taught you how to stay on your bike at really slow speeds, which for large crowds that's needed, because in large crowds, you're going through a large crowd, especially at Packer games, for example, which I ride a bicycle at, you can go at a very slow speed through a large crowd of people without putting your foot down, without falling. So that was very, that was paramount, having that training for large group events like at the RNC.
Did you try and recruit a lot of officers that were cyclists for this, or which came first here, the chicken or the egg?
Yeah, so when we put the posting up, a lot of folks that were interested in the biking, they knew that was part of our team. Our team has two different team elements within. The bicycle response is probably 95% of it. So a lot of folks that have already been through IPIMBA or are constantly biking, that's why they came towards us. Right now, those folks are on our bicycle maintenance team within our team, so they make sure our bikes are ready for deployments at all times.
Chief is a very avid cyclist,
yes,
and he was an avid supporter of developing this team. How does that support filter down to your level?
It's huge. It's huge. Always having the support from upper management. If there's needs on the bicycle side of things or on the field force side of things, our administration is always on board getting us the equipment that we need. With Chief coming from the Portland side of things, he's obviously seen this. He knows the importance of having the right equipment for the right job.
All right, so let's look ahead. As you guys have evolved over your deployments, and you're getting more comfortable in those big crowd settings, some folks in the crowd may not be comfortable with you. They may not have seen you. They don't know how to react to you. So how? Let's say you get a call during the fireworks thing where you need to respond to something, but there are a lot of people between you and that objective. What do people need to know about your team and how you identify yourself, how you get the crowd to move out of the way? What kind of things should they be on the lookout for? So
when we deploy in a bike response team, we're wearing exactly what I'm wearing right now. Our bicycle pants, they're a little bit thinner, a little more comfortable than our our patrol uniforms. But we look just like regular police officers, but we're on bikes. Our bikes are equipped with either a bell or a siren. Today we're putting the actual sirens on there. So if we are going through a large crowd of people to get to a different point, we can blip the siren or hit the bell. 95% of the time, folks move out of the way when they see a column of two bike teams coming or a column of one. They understand that we need to get through. So we've been very lucky in Green Bay so far, and on Milwaukee, and at the draft and everything, that people move out of our way when they know that we're trying to get somewhere. We also have red and blue lights in the front of our bicycles. If we need to emergency get somewhere in an emergency fashion, we can throw that on, more of a visual deterrent.
So I was telling you before the interview that years ago I was one of the pace riders for the marathon, and when you get into the crowd, we would go into Lambeau, we'd ride around. I mean, it is, as we said, it's very difficult to navigate. But oftentimes when you announce you're coming, right? And it gets you good side. People don't know which way to go.
Right.
So how do you deal with that frozen deer in the headlight people that just, they don't know what to do?
Right. And that's where the IPMBA training and the BRT training come in, because you may have to abruptly stop, and the people behind you, if we're in a line of one or a column of two, they need to know that if you have to slam on their brakes, not to follow too closely, just like in a motor vehicle. So it's just, going around people or around an obstacle, a pothole, or whatever it is, but just having that extra training and the knowledge that that you're able to get these tasks, getting that.
All right, so you have the deployment coming up for the fireworks. At the end of the night, as the leader of this team, how do you measure success?
Obviously, we want 0 arrests.
That's one.
We want to be out here as a visual deterrent. If we have an extra, I think we're having an extra 14 police officers just on bikes out there, 12 to 14. Hopefully, folks that are coming down there to enjoy themselves, they know they're protected. That way, there's extra police officers on there. But if you do get those groups of folks down there that just want to cause ruckus, hopefully they'll see more uniforms down there and maybe think twice of doing it. But again, no arrests, obviously no injuries to anybody, including law enforcement. Nobody falling off their bikes or running into people or anything like that. But that's where that training aspect comes in.
And real quick, some of the guys who are cyclists, do they look at, like, okay, yeah, I did X amount of miles, and
yes, we usually on deployments we usually do track our mileage, and especially down the RNC with the heat and everything, we wanted to see how far we went, and it was multiple miles a day.
Sergeant, thanks so much. Good luck on 4th of July.
Thank you.